Hey 20-somethings, it's Katie, and this week's theme is books. Now I'm sure that my fellow 20-somethings are going to talk about their favorite books, but I am going to talk to you about the massive amounts of books that I own that I have not read yet. There are, in fact, 16 of them. So I'm just going to go through my pile and kind of tell you a little bit about why I got the book and how and all that stuff. Now these are arranged by size, so these are in no special order, they're just size. First book, The Book of Mormon. One of the best friends that I had in college is Mormon. If you have followed me for any number of years, you might remember Anders from our collab channel that we did while he went on his Mormon mission trip. And we were writing back and forth to each other, and he wrote to our friend Ashley, who is also a Mormon, and told her to give me one of these because I was curious. And I just have not gotten around to reading it yet. I'm sorry. The next book in the pile is Jesus in Blue Jeans. If you're sensing a theme, don't worry, it's not a theme. It just happened to work out that way. I saw this at Goodwill, and it's a practical guide to everyday spirituality, which is something that I've been trying to deal with, but that is a whole other video. And then there is, who could that be at this hour? I love A Series of Unfortunate Events, and when I saw this at Half Price Books, I was like, oh my god, Lemony Snicket wrote more books. Hunting Season. I found this at the Dollar Tree recently. The Hogwarts Classics collection, which contains The Tales of Beetle the Bard and Quidditch Through the Ages. This was at Half Price Books. I had to get it. Next up, The Art of Forgetting, which is an ABO novel, which I never thought I would see published. Holy crap. I found this at the Dollar Tree and I was like, Marissa Rogers has always been just fine as a beta. And I was like, beta? What? Next up is The Quran, and this book, along with What is Islam and a brief illustrated guide to understanding Islam, I actually got at an interfaith dinner at my college. I'm really interested in reading these, and I also have a Muslim primer, which I got at my library's book sale. Next up is This Adventure Ends by Emma Mills, otherwise known as Elmify here on YouTube. And funny story, I accidentally pre-ordered it twice. And instead of sending the second copy back, I did a giveaway on Twitter, so that was fun. I'm really excited to read this. It will probably be the next book that I read, if I'm being completely honest. Because her work is awesome. Next is Stuck in the Middle with You, which I also found at Dollar Tree. Guys, look at Dollar Tree's book selections. Most of the time they're crap, but sometimes they're really good. This is a book about a trans person and their story of transitioning, especially as it pertains to their children, and it is a true memoir, and I'm just really excited to read this. Next up is The End of Men and the Rise of Women by Hannah Rosen, and I also found this at my library's book sale. Next up is Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman, and it is his preferred text. I just found this at Half Price Books, and I love Neil Gaiman, so I just bought it. And last but not least, The Flame Alphabet, which I honestly don't remember what this book is supposed to be about. A terrible epidemic has struck the country, and the sound of children's speech has become lethal. Oh! Okay, that sounds interesting just from that alone, so there's that. There's a problem with that pile, though, and that is that I will not read a single one of those until New Year's, because I have a goal this year to finish every series that I've started reading. I have to see it through for this year. Next year, my goal will be to finish every book that I own, which 16 books in a year does not sound like a lot, and really it's not. The problem comes in that some of those books are really dense, and knowing me, I will probably buy more in that year, so wish me luck, guys. Alright guys, please come back tomorrow for Valeria's video on books. God, that's hard to say. Valeria's video on books. and then come back next week for more of me. Alright, catch you later.